All right, gonna make a little video here. I'm gonna be doing a video. I got a new sled for the winter. I bought an Arctic Cat, posted on my Instagram. Next day, would not start, couldn't get to start, had no spark. I don't know how it ran and drove just fine for me on my test ride, but then the next time I tried to start it, no spark. I diagnosed it. It was the stator. I didn't feel like doing that, so I traded it. Can't see that. For mine was a 97 Arctic Cat ZR580, not EFI. So I traded it for a 95 Polaris Indy 440 liquid cooled with reverse that runs, but it needs the carbs cleaned. It's been sitting for a few years, so it idles great, runs great, but sometimes it'll not want to let you give it throttle and it'll die, which is usually a sign on these things that the jets and the carbs are bad, or not bad, dirty. And I stuck my finger inside the carb and it's really dirty, so I need to clean it. But it's got reverse, everything works. It's got hand warmers. Yeah, I like my Arctic Cat a little better, but I didn't feel like doing a stator on it. It's not the funnest. So I'm running to O'Reilly's quick to get some, make sure the garage door's shut, to get some carb and choke cleaner. And then I had to do this on my Polaris Predator quad last summer. Pretty straightforward job. Taking a carb apart and cleaning it. So I'm gonna kind of show you guys as I do that. Some of you guys probably don't care, but I feel like making a video, so I don't really have any cars to film right now. But yeah, a lot later, I made me and my parents dinner and it was on point. But I'm gonna hit the gym and then I'm probably gonna finish this tomorrow. I'll finish the video tomorrow. But this is it. 95 Polaris Indy 440 liquid cooled. It's got reverse. Oh, whoops, I left it choked when I pulled it in. But ignition's unhooked because the ignition switch is bad, but on Polaris's it's super easy. It's right here, you just unplug it. Turn the gas off, I guess, while I'm in here too. But yeah, so all I gotta do is you just pull this. I'll show you guys. I'll start the process. Seat's got a couple rips in it. I don't really care. The track's in pretty good shape. It sits a little lower than I'd like. It's got like an adjuster. Apparently, I guess you can adjust it. It's got a brand new spare belt from Polaris. Pull that. Here you have your primary clutch and your secondary clutch. This one has some good play in it. So that would either need to be rebuilt or just replaced. It'd be easy to replace it. This one's good. It's a newer clutch. So, but this one, you can obviously, it's not supposed to do that. The bearing is just shot. But I don't see it throwing the belt. I mean, it could throw the belt if you go wide open throttle. But I mean, it'd probably just fine to drive for a while, just as a beater. So here's the carbs, 1 and then 2. Shit, excuse me. It's New Year's right now, New Year's Eve. I don't got nothing to do. My girl, you know, she was at bingo with her dad and then wanted me to go to the bar with her and her sister's friends, but I don't want to. So I'm trying to be a lot healthier. Going to the gym, like I said, a lot. So I'm going right now. Like I said, it's liquid cooled. The spark plugs do look new, but I ordered 2 new ones from O'Reilly's because I'm sure they're not new. It's got the NGK wires. Yeah, set that right there. This needs to be clipped in. The clips were sitting right here, but I put them right down in there with older spark plugs. So once I'm done with it, I'll actually clip it in like it's supposed to be. But you can see there's inside the carbs. All you do is pop them out of this. Careful of the boot on each one. They rip really easy, and then you just undo these. This one, that one, that one. Make sure you take pictures in case you forget where lines go, but I've done it plenty of times to know. So it's pretty easy. Then once you take them out, you just kind of pull them apart. Make sure you're very careful because there's some springs in them. And then you know which jet's which and stuff. And all you do is pull them apart. clean them really good with some carb cleaner, choke cleaner, and usually that'll do the trick. So I got brake cleaner for the grease around it before I take it out when I want to clean it up. Not for in the carb. Obviously, it's for like the grease on the side of the motor and stuff, which there isn't really any leaking oil. Or leak that. It doesn't look like it ever really leaked, so that's good. But you got O'Reilly's carb and choke clean. And then you got, I also like Gum Out. It's a little bit bigger. Stuff's really good too. And I love O'Reilly's. It's the only place I buy my parts from. I have my shop account there. They're great to me. Skis are old, obviously, but suspension's old, but the hood's in very good shape, which I'm happy with, minus this little crack right there, but it's in really good shape. Doesn't look to ever have been rolled or anything like that. Just got the same spot on each side, which happens when people shut them too hard. When they let them slam, that's what happens here. He took the mirrors off, I guess, for his other one, which I don't understand. But, yeah, like the front, none of this is broken. It's all in pretty good shape. So it doesn't seem to have ever, you know, hit a culvert or anything hard or anything like that. The brake feels, well, the rotor feels really good. But I'll have to do some inspecting. If this doesn't fix it, because it idles great. I mean, it's a little rough. Like it shakes a little bit. So if the new plugs and the cleaning the carbs don't fix it, I'll have to dig into it more. But I'm very confident that's going to fix it, because if I reach my hand in the carb, I mean, it's hard to see, but they come out with like gunk on them. It's hard to see. But I open the throttle and reach my finger in there, and it has black shit on it, which you don't want that in your carbs. That will gum up the jets and the needle, and it will run like shit. So, and then the other thing with it, the only other thing, the hand warmers work really good, by the way. And this is awesome. I've never had a sled with reverse. So, but is the pickup tube inside the gas tank. That connects somewhere right about in here. You could probably, it's easier to see once you pull this out. It's too long. It's kind of kinked on the bottom, so it has a little bit of issue picking up fuel unless it's very full. So I have different fuel line. I'm going to do it better, make it nice. Here's the coil. The wires all look good. Is this a fuel filter? Is this my filter? Huh. Goofy. I might actually switch that out with a see-through filter. Actually, I will switch that out with it, because I want to ride this thing. I don't really want to sell it. I love these old sleds. The old sleds, I don't know, it's nostalgia. My childhood, this is what we had. My dad had it for us when we lived in the country growing up. We had a couple of these Indy. We had a 440 and a 500. Yeah, Indies. And then we had an Articat. What do we have? An Articat ZR 500 or something like that. That just sat in the woods all year, and they always fired right up. So it's nostalgia. I love these old sleds. Hopefully sometime soon this winter, I will be getting my a sled that I've wanted forever. There's two of them. One of them is an Articat F7 Firecat in like the Articat green. It's either that one, which is a little cheaper than the next one, and the next one is a Articat King Cat, or possibly a Saber Cat, whichever one I get a better deal on. But yeah, I love sleds. It's one of my favorite times of year. I also love riding quads, and this summer I'll have a really nice quad again. I loved my Polaris Predator. But I think this year I'll probably be going with a Yamaha or a Honda TRX. I'm gonna head to the gym here. I'm definitely gonna clean inside the airbox too, so there's no gunk or anything in there, and I think she'll be good to go. All right, well, I decided to do it tonight after the gym. I just got back. Yeah, this guy is shot. But so I got it disconnected. It's just a couple fuel lines. Do one at a time, I recommend, so you don't get different, you know, the wiring and, not the wiring, but like, you know, the cables and fuel lines mixed up. So you just have the one here that goes to the side of it. Then you got the little guy that goes to like over there. But on this one, make sure you don't rip this boot. These rip really easy. And it seems to be in decent shape. then it's just the top guy. To get this top throttle one off, or whatever that one is, I forgot, where you can see the needle here, which is very dirty. The entire inside of the carb, you can see just debris in it. All you do is unscrew the cap and it slowly lifts out. Same with this. And I mean, this is pretty easy job. You leaking anything? I don't know if it's active leak or old, but yeah. And then just the bottom one, careful because fuel's gonna come out of that. So I just dropped it in my oil pan. But I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see it's dirty inside of here. So now what you do is you take off these bottom screws. There's 4. Debris literally just fell out of here. There's 4. Something doesn't sound right in there. Oh, that's the bowl. So I believe that's when I take it off. I'm you got to be careful. I believe there's, like my Predator, there was a spring in there, and that shot, and I had to find it. Oh, that was a pain in the ass. So everything in this thing is dirty.
Yeah, it sounds like oh, that's the float. Never mind. Okay, but I'm gonna clean these good over like a cleaning piece of cardboard, and I'll take it apart and show you guys inside of it, and hopefully we can get her clean. I mean, she's dirty, so yeah. Do one at a time, like I said. Just go slow so you don't screw shit up, because then it's a headache. So that's why I recommend one at a time. I'm gonna grab probably this guy. This will work. Set this right there. Boom. No, I don't want that I don't want it to fall in the oil. And I'm gonna pull them screws off and start soaking her with the choke and carb cleaner, and get her nice and clean and dry, and put it back together and do the other side. And then I'll probably wait till tomorrow to start it. But I'll start it in this video, but it'll be tomorrow for me. It's like midnight now. It's New Year's. Happy New Year's.
All right, got her apart. It's a little different, I guess, in a quad carburetor. Don't lose those little screws. So we're gonna clean up everything. It's definitely dirty. It's really dirty. I was playing with the floats here. They're dirty, a little sticky. So there's a ton of gunk in there. So you know dang well the needles and the jets are dirty. So yeah, we're gonna get her cleaned up. That needle in there is important. All right, so I don't know, it's been a few days. I was pretty busy with stuff, and I just kind of got the carbs clean, put them back in. It revs up a lot better than it did. Nice and smooth revving, but it doesn't idle. And that's because my dumbass, I didn't mess with this idle cable or throttle cable, but this one I did, and this one I just jammed her down. So now if you have the airbox off and you push the throttle, you can see they open totally different times, and and the idle screws on each side. I wasn't thinking, because in my mind when I was done with it, I was gonna sink the carbs anyways. So I just cleaned them. I pulled the idle screws out on each side and cleaned everything really good. And I just jammed them all back tight. Not like tight, you know, everything in there is brass, so you don't want to strip it, but just, you know, snug. And then, so it revs up great, like really great, but it just doesn't want to idle. Everything's too tight and out of sync. So I'm going to resync everything, and I'm still going to do it in the next video, but that's going to be the end of this video. Just kind of the very first video, I guess, on this thing. It's kind of cool. It's like, I don't know, to some people these are dumb, but these are some of the best, most reliable sleds you can get. These old Polaris Indies, you know, they go through anything. The old Skidoos, the old Polarises, they're awesome. Even the Articats. Some people hate Articat, but I love them. I love them. I've never really had issues with Articat, minus, you know, like tether wiring and ignition wiring, but that's it. These are a lot more simple to work on, and it's cool because it's got reverse. It's my first ever sled with reverse, so never had that before. and everything works on it. And it's good. Track's good. Track is studded, which is a bonus and a minus at the same time. For me, it's a bonus, but for a lot of people, it's a minus. They don't really like studded tracks. The carbides still got some life left in them, as you can see. My garage floor will tell you that for the 2 times I brought it in here. They still got a little life left in them. The front shocks are good. I don't know about the rear shock. It seems fine. It sits a little low for me, but apparently on these they can be adjusted. I'm not used to that, having to adjust shit. My Arctic Cats always come kind of sitting up. I've only ever had Arctic Cats. My dad had Polaris's for us when we were little and Arctic Cats, so I don't remember. Could use a new seat cover, but whatever. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Just kind of a first little video on the Polaris. I actually have a brand new iPad 2022 with the M2 chip and everything coming, so I can edit videos again. So I will be buying a GoPro here pretty soon, the new 10 Black. At least that's the one I want. And some of the stuff. So I'm going to make some riding videos for some people. I've had people on my channel that really like that. So, and then in the summer, I always have a quad. Last year I had a Polaris Predator, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Had some ups and downs on it. It was stupid reliable. But this year I think I'm going to go with the Yamaha YZF 450. Or maybe like I don't know. Maybe I'll go up higher. But I really like the YZF 450Rs. So maybe 700. I don't know. I don't know if I want that much power for ripping trails. But I probably will. I like wheelies. But yeah, I love these old sleds. So if you guys want to stay tuned for the next video. Hand warmers are getting nice and hot too, which is awesome. A lot of times on these old sleds, some stuff doesn't work, but everything works. So if you like it, stay tuned for the next video, and I'll show you guys how I sink carbs, because there's one really good video on YouTube. He is so good. The video is just immaculate on how to sink carbs on these old Polarises and in general on sleds. It's so good. I didn't know how to do it until I watched his video, like probably a year-ish ago. And I always have it saved on my phone in case I forget or want to rewatch it. It's just really good. And I will give that guy props in the next video if anyone cares. I know it's a car channel, but I do want to take a turn and turn this into a car and power sports channel, because I love quads, I love sleds, love dirt bikes. I always have them. I just usually only show a couple of them. I don't really show much of them. This is the only thing I got right now. I sold my Polaris Predator. I sold my dirt bike. Last year I sold my Arctic Cat sleds. And I am planning to get back into cars and actually get a car for myself. But you guys have to understand, all the people that comment, you need to keep a car. I have my car. It's that beater Mazda van. That's my car right now. I've had it for a while because it's so reliable. I buy and sell cars. I buy them, fix them. I buy cars that are broken, fix them, clean them up, and sell them. That's my job right now. That's what I do. And it makes me great money for the time being until I get my career going for accounting and, eventually get to open up my own dealership. It's a step in the right direction. So you guys have to understand that. When I get these cool cars and people are sad that they're gone, it's because I made a good profit off of it. That's what I'm doing. So, yeah. But I will be buying a car for me soon and then getting rid of the Mazda. I'm just taking my time, a little picky. I don't think I want to buy it in the winter. I'm going to drive the Mazda through the winter because it's rusty already. So I don't really want to buy something. I'm really leaning towards another S4 like the black one I had. That was just, I love that car, and I'm really, really pissed at myself for selling it. I just made a good profit. Made like $2 grand off of that car. And but I'm just really pissed I sold it. It was a rare car, cool car. So something like that. I don't know if I'll go back to an LS4. I'm probably not. I'll flip them. They sell pretty good around here, so they will be on the channel. But any car that I'm going to keep for myself and kind of make videos on and build up and make it mine, it's going to be a little different than that. It's going to be like an S4 or an LS1 car, or even some sort of Mustang, maybe a Cobra. I don't know, but it's not going to be that. It's just not what I want anymore. But they will be on the channel. I sell probably 2-3 of them each summer. So yeah, peace out, guys. See you in the next video. Stay tuned for this. Show you guys how to sink carbs if you care. And hopefully really soon I'll be getting, well, once I get this all running good and fixed, I'm selling it and I'm buying a different sled. I'm going to buy some sort of Mountain Cat, Arctic Cat or something like that, like an 800. I really want to try a 7 or 800. Haven't had one yet. I've only had 580s, 500s, and a 600, and now the 440. So I want to get up there. I want to get up there a little bit better. And my goal is to have a sled that I can keep year round, where I don't want to sell it. Keep in the shed in the summer. And that sled that I want is an F7 Arctic Cat Firecat, whatever, Arctic Cat F7 Firecat, or like a Saber Cat, King Cat, something like that. Maybe even a Pro X Polaris too, like a Pro X, I don't know, 700, stuff like that. So yeah, I'll let you guys know as the channel keeps going. It won't be that long, and I'll have something different, something cool I can make some videos on. We got the F-150 back. I can make videos on that if anyone wants to see that. Those videos did pretty well. I'm going to drive it right now to my girlfriend's house. So yeah, peace out, guys. See you in the next video.